never before. And I was lying on the couch and there's this knock on the door, and it's like, all my friends, whoa, come right in. Whoa, my friends, we can take it all back again. Whoa, put your hands on it and let me hear you say, yeah. Let me hear you say, yeah. Another day, another chance. We got our card and we're going to the dance. We're gonna stay strong, hold true, and everybody's gonna watch what we do, and they'll be awestruck saying, aw shucks, they either got real good or they got real good luck. And I'd be lying if I said that we could take any more, cause we're about to light a fire like never before. And if you're lying on the couch and there's a knock on the door, it's like, all my friends, whoa, come right in. Whoa, my friends, we can take it all back again. Whoa, put your hands on it and let me hear you say, we'll always be young at heart, and nothing's ever gonna tear us apart, because we stand strong, stand true, and everybody's gonna watch what we do, and they'll be awestruck saying, aw shucks, they either got real good or you know what. All my friends, whoa, come right in. Whoa, my friends, we can take it all back again. Whoa, put your hands on it and let me hear you say, all my friends, whoa, come right in. Whoa, my friends, we can take it all back again. Whoa, put your hands on it and let me hear you say, let me hear you say, yeah. We are family. I got all my sisters with me. We are family. Get up, everybody, and sing. We are family. I got all my sisters with me. We are family. Get up, everybody, and sing. Everyone can see we're together as we walk on by, and we fly just like birds of a feather. I won't tell no lie. All of the people around us, they say, can they be that close? Just let me state for the record, we're giving love in a family dose. We are family. I got all my sisters with me. We are family. Get up, everybody, and sing. Sing it to me. We are family. I got all my sisters with me. We are family. you do, you won't go wrong. Oh no, this is our family jewel. We are family. Sing it to me. I got all my sisters with me. Sing it to me. Our family. I can hear you guys. Let everybody sing. We are family. Hey, hey, I got all my sisters with me. Sisters with me. Everybody, hey, 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 y'all, hey, 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 get up and sing it to me. Yeah, we're having fun. Life is just begun for me, and my family. Hey, 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 yeah, get up and sing it to me. Yeah, we're like together, like birds of a feather. Hey, 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 hey. Get up, come on, John. We are family. Yeah, sing it to me. Sing it. Kimmy, come on and sing it to me. We are family. Yeah, hey, hey, hey. Get up and sing it to me. We are family. We're having lots of fun now. All my sisters and me. Get up and sing it to me. We are family.
Good morning. Good morning. First Unitarian Church of Oakland attendees. My name is Evelyn Seidman. I want to welcome you. I'm a member of the Church Board of Trustees, and we are glad you are here with us this morning at First Unitarian of Oakland. We are working on becoming an intentionally multi-generational, multiracial, multicultural, inclusive, and anti-oppressive religious community. You are welcome here. If you are new, we invite you to fill out an orange newcomer card, which can be found at the greeters table in the foyer or at the welcome table in Venti Hall. You may also fill out the card online. There's a link to it on our website. Doing this helps us help you to explore what our community offers and find ways to participate. You can drop the card in the offering basket, leave it at the welcome table after the service in Venti Hall, or you can hand it to Emily Stoper, who will be holding a 10-minute orientation for newcomers at the front of the seating area at the end of today's service. Look for Emily down in front of the pulpit to answer your questions. Welcome, everyone.
Let's take a deep breath together. Hi, I'm Piper Roanoke Swim. I'm one of the friends of this congregation, and I'm the worship leader today. Happy Pride! And before we get started with our very fun and silly celebration, we need to acknowledge something, that we are on stolen land. This land, beneath us, around us, that this whole church is on, that probably all of our houses are on, belongs to the Lishan Ohlone people. It is theirs. It was taken without their permission. They have never given their permission. They are still here. They are fighting for their rights to sovereignty, their rights to flourish. As you feel moved to, I highly encourage you to become involved with the Sogorete Land Trust, which is a sterling effort to bring their land back into their hands. And as we gather, we remember these true things. Blessed be.
Good morning. My name is Leslie Skipa. I'm also a friend of this congregation and your worship associate today. I am inviting you now to mark this sacred time by lighting our chalice. We light this chalice, the symbol of our Unitarian Universalist faith, to provide a light to those in darkness, a beacon for those who are lost, and a warm welcome to those in search of love and joy. Oh, it lights with great. Our light is big, our light is bright, we must be brave. Next in this congregation, we also take a moment to light 2 more candles as symbols of hope and protest against injustice. The first is a peace candle. For those in lands torn apart by war, we see you, we have not forgotten you. And together we say, peace is possible. The next candle we light is in solidarity with our Black friends, family, and community. We see you, and we will not abandon you. Together we say, Black lives matter.
At the beginning of our call to worship, let's take a moment to wave to those gathering on Zoom. Thank you so much to those who have gathered here and those that have gathered through the magic of technology. Today will be a joyful day. Do you believe that? Yeah! Okay, today will be a joyful day. Here we are in community in Oakland and on Zoom, about to do a non-traditional service of sheer celebration. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a little silly and sacred. So I'm sure somebody is wondering how those things combine. Why am I asking you to have a dance party in church today? We could enjoy a nice sermon. I do like sermons too. And there are a few reasons that we're going to play together. playing is something that we adults need to do more of. There are dozens of scientific studies showing that how much we adults play and how happy and healthy we are deeply linked. Playing, as adults, counteracts stress. Your mileage may vary, but for me, the world is a little stressful right now. I could do with some ways to lower my stress. Then there's the tradition of the sacred fool, powerful stories that exist all around the world about times that the world was saved by playful silliness, one of which we'll hear in a few minutes. But really, the reason is that I think the world would be a little brighter if we played more. And pride is a really good reason for a party. So today we take pride in ourselves and in one another. We celebrate in our community because it's good for the soul. And in one voice, let the people say, "Come, let us worship together." Now, I invite you to turn to a hymnal or to the words on the screen as we sing together hymn number 361, Enter, Rejoice, and Come In.
Enter, rejoice, and come in. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Today will be our joyful day. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Open your ears to the song. Open your ears to the song. Today will be our joyful day. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Open your hearts, everyone. Open your hearts, everyone. Today will be our joyful day. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Don't be afraid of some change. Don't be afraid of some change. Today will be our joyful day. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Today will be our joyful day. Enter, rejoice, and come in.
Huzzah! So our theme today, in honor of Pride, is Identity Euphoria. You might be more familiar with identity dysphoria, or the more specific gender dysphoria. It's the feeling of distress or discomfort people experience when our felt identity is different from what people see and reflect back to us on the outside. So identity euphoria is the opposite of that. It's the feeling of delight and joy when our experience in the outer world deeply aligns with our felt identities. We've all experienced this at some point, whether it's gender euphoria or related to another part of our social location like race, neurodiversity, disability status, cultural background. It could be a moment of euphoria around a marginalized identity, or one that the dominant society tends to reflect well on. It can be any aspect of identity. And I have two short, geeky stories to illustrate. The first time I can clearly remember experiencing identity euphoria, though the term didn't exist then, was the very first time I walked into the San Ramon Marriott Hotel. I'll be surprised if that's a special place for anyone else joining today, but it is for me. Because I was 16, And finally, after trying for 5 years, I had found my first gaming group to play Dungeons and Dragons. Not only were these new friends, but they invited me to a gaming convention. It was called, kind of intuitively, DunDraCon. I had the general idea in advance that this was a place where other gamers would also have Dungeons and Dragons games and other stuff. And then I walked in. I saw all around me. There were dozens of people right there in that first eyeful in weird clothes that I liked, leaning over maps of battlefields and little miniatures, carrying around armloads of gaming books, puns covering their shirts. And I had this feeling. I knew that there were more of me in the world in a way that I hadn't before that moment, that right then I was surrounded by people who understood and enjoyed and even embraced this hobby. I was part of something bigger, and I felt proud to be. For 3 whole days, I was at ease. Euphoria. All right, fast forward 24 years to a month ago. And I'm starting my career as a professional paid game master running role-playing games. So when I wrote my profile to explain to people who might want to sign up to be my players who I was, I put that I was genderqueer and that I use they, them for my pronouns. But I didn't think much about it. I was writing really fast. And on this particular Monday morning at 9 a.m., there was a new player who had joined, the 6th player to fill out the last seat in our game about mages in a space western. So we were going around with introductions. And every single one of my players introduces themselves using they, them pronouns. Some as the only pronoun like myself, some as an alternate pronoun, but every single one. And I'm sitting there trying to be chill and facilitate in a nice professional manner while inside I'm going, "Yee!" And I realize that I'm why this table exists. Because I said in my profile that I'm queer, 6 other people felt safe to gather together to play this game and to say the same. And also we were gaming. Euphoria. So later in the service, I'm going to invite you, after you hear a few more examples, to reflect on your own moment of identity euphoria, or moments. Take a few breaths to think right now. When have you had this feeling?
Now's the time in the service where I would like to invite you to greet one another. But before you do, let's just acknowledge that for some people, this is the most fun and euphoric moment of the service. It's fun, it's relaxing, you get to greet your friends, you get to greet new people, no pressure, no long conversation, just a hello. And for others, It's a time that can feel very uncomfortable, being approached by someone or approaching others. And so we want to honor both of you, all of you, everyone, in this time. If you would prefer not to greet today, please remain in your seat. And if you are greeting others today, be mindful of those who remained in their seats, and only greet those who wave to you to show that they are welcoming you to the interaction. So, please, as you are willing and able, let's greet one another.
Story time. Hey, who wants to come to a story? Come on, come to a story. My lap won't be available. Mama's is, though. And the pillar is also available, yes. Yes, the chair could come up close if you want to be more part of the story. Yeah, come on. Okay, so this is a story about how a silly dance party helped restore light to the world. This is a sacred myth from Japan. Yes. Amaterasu, the sun goddess, was very angry with her brother Susanoo and ashamed of his actions. And she ran and hid in the deepest cave she could find. She used her magic to seal the entrance using the heavenly rock so that no one could make her come out. And because she was the sun, this meant that the worlds fell into darkness. Crops died, people were miserable. It felt like the end of the world. So all of the other gods had an emergency meeting to figure out how they could bring Amaterasu out of hiding. The wisest of them all, Omohikane, suggested a plan, and the others agreed, and they all got to work. The first ones to have an important role were the roosters. Well, they were very important to Amaterasu. They were some of her vassals. That's why they always crowed at dawn. So all of the roosters gathered together and they all crowed at the same time. Can we do that? And the one-eyed smith god was asked to rhythmically hit an iron nail into a hard rock. And between the two of them, well, between the many of them, but between the two kinds of music, the and the ting, 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 they made a kind of music. It wasn't a music anybody'd heard before, but that was part of the point. Other gods used their art. One created a beautiful mirror. Another created a magical string of beads to decorate the mirror. Some gathered branches from an evergreen tree, and together they made these look like a shrine to a very important god. Then it was Ameno Uzume's turn. Now, Ameno Uzume is a goddess of the arts and revelry and mirth. She knows how to have a party. So she got dressed up in a costume that she made out of ferns and flowers. And that was it. And then she began to dance on an upside-down wooden tub. She was a wiggling and a dancing and a stomping, and she was dancing exactly the way she wanted to. Sometimes her dance was so beautiful, and sometimes it was so silly, and usually it was both. Though the other gods around her couldn't help but laugh. They laughed and cheered, and they joined in the silly dance. And all of this was right outside of Amaterasu's cave. So she could hear all of this, and she was very confused. Wasn't everyone miserable? She took away all of the light in the world. Wasn't everyone unhappy? And yet, they were laughing, and she thought she could hear dancing and stomping and cheering. Well, she had to come out and take a look. So she slid open the heavenly rock just a little bit to see what she could see. But if you're the sun, you can't sneak around a corner. So as soon as those first rays of light peeked out, Ameno Uzume knew it was time. She said, "Oh, there you are. We're having the celebration because we're all so happy that a new God has come who's even greater than you. Come look." And they held up the mirror. Well, if you've ever tried to see something clearly through a really small crack, it's pretty hard. So she didn't realize that she was looking in a mirror. She thought, wow, that God is really interesting and pretty. I need to see a little bit more. And she opened just a little bit more and stuck her head out, and one of the other gods reached in and pulled her out the rest of the way. And then they shut the rock behind, and they tied it closed with a magic cord so she couldn't go back in. And with that, the light returned to the worlds. The other gods bowed deeply before Amaterasu and asked her to please stay out now. The world was not the same without her. And she agreed. And that is the story of how a silly dance saved the world. And so, here in a little while, if you are not sure if your dance is okay to dance, remember, ameno uzume. And now I invite you to be however is most comfortable in your body as we sing hymn number 1051, We Are.
We did a repeat. That's what happened. Hi. So, let's talk a little bit about the pride flag for a second. Have we all seen it, right? We all know, we all think we know what the pride flag is because we see it every June, every store, every business, every window, every car, everywhere. Suddenly, this rainbow flag shows up. And we're all like, oh yeah, right, it's pride. But did you know that the first pride flag was actually a challenge from Harvey Milk to a guy named Gilbert Baker right here in San Francisco to create a flag, a symbol of gay pride. And the challenge was met by this flag right here. Slide, please. Boom, the original pride flag. 8 colors, 2 of which were really hard to source. Hot pink, it was 1978, and hot pink and turquoise were just a little bit challenging. So, over a short period of time, we got familiar with the next version of the pride flag. Go. This one. Do we all recognize this one? This is probably the one you've seen more often than not. It's the one that's easiest for businesses to produce. because it has 6 rainbow colors. But that's not the point. The point is that these colors are meant to represent diversity. What kind of diversity? All kinds of diversity. Originally, probably diversity within the LGBTQIA+ community. What are those letters? Oh my God, so many letters. Lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer and questioning, intersex, asexual, and the plus is for everyone who doesn't quite fit into one of those other letters, and that's okay. You can have your own letter. We just can't say the entire alphabet really easily. But here we are, a flag that is meant to represent all of that, but maybe it's not complete. Maybe it's not enough. So in 2018, we got this one. Go! This is affectionately known as the Progress Pride flag. This was designed by Daniel Quasar. And he decided to add these extra, the black, the brown, the light blue, the pink, and the white to represent marginalized communities, people of color, transgender folk, those living with HIV, AIDS, and those people from these communities that we have lost to violence and disease. And so this flag is a bit more inclusive, wouldn't you think? But let's not stop there. One more, boom. I love the magic of how I could just like point and shoot and that just changed. Shout out to my slide operator. Woo. The additional bit in that chevron right there, that yellow with that purple circle, that's the intersex flag. Because a lot of intersex folk, and if you don't know what that means, ask me later. A lot of intersex folk have not felt represented in the community. They have not felt like they were being seen. So Valentino Vecchietti in the UK came up with this flag. And these are not the only flags, do not get me wrong. It does not stop here. The creativity just goes on and on and on. I have no more slides, don't worry. But there's a Puerto Rican pride flag. There's a social justice pride flag. There is a flag for every individual identity. You can make your own flag for your identity. You can. Because the idea here is that we are celebrating exactly who we are. We are celebrating us. We are celebrating our unique, wonderful, brilliant selves. But we're doing it in community. And even though we could each individually carry one flag, the fact that we can have a flag that we look at and we see ourselves in this flag and we know that we are included, that's a gift. And to add to that I can go anywhere in the world as a disabled, bisexual, cisgendered woman of color and see this flag in someone's window, and I will know that I am welcome there for all of my identities, for every part of me. And that's what this flag is for. It's not for selling more t-shirts. It's not for selling tickets to a festival. It's not for making money or performing support. It's for knowing that I can go somewhere and be safe. Because there are still places in this world where I am not safe. And there are still places in this world where others do not feel safe. And if we, as a community of Unitarian Universalists, who have a symbol as our religious faith tradition, a flaming chalice, which was literally the symbol of safety during World War II for people escaping fascism, then we need to embrace this symbol too. So, welcome to my identity euphoria moment. It's going to take a second. Although I'm wearing blue, actually really love the yellow. Why do I really love yellow? It makes my skin look terrible. That's why I don't wear it. But I love yellow because it reminds me of a friend. My friend from college, Ami. She was a born-again Christian during my phase of born-again Christianity. I had a born-again Christian friend. And she stayed my friend forever. Even when I came out as a bisexual woman. Even when I lived as what she thought of as a sinner by her faith tradition. She never once treated me as a sinner. She never once looked down on me. She never once lectured me about being a different person. She just loved me. She loved me forever, and I will love her forever. And I will see the color yellow, and it will bring me the joy that I had anytime I was in her presence, just being who I am, and knowing that I didn't have to lie to her about any of it. And that is my identity euphoria, and that is the part of the flag that I will be embracing today. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
I'd like you to think about someone in your life who is celebrating and who you would like to celebrate with. Maybe someone had something really great just happen in their life. Maybe someone is finding the joy in something that was very hard. Maybe you just want to bring someone some joy. Usually this is a time that we lift up whoever is on our thoughts, minds, and on our prayers. Today, for our celebration, I would like us to lift up those who are bringing joy into the world and lifting up those that we want to give joy to. Voices can overlap one another as we call out these names and these joys in an embracing meditation. Alan going Bob.
Jack and Saga and their new baby, Ray.
New baby. Best baby nephew about to be born. Let's speak these words together. We celebrate them together. And now, in the dance of parenthood, my wife and I will switch places.
Euphoria. That's a word that's had quite a lot of baggage attached to it in recent history. I know when I first heard it, images of ecstatic and possibly drug-fueled bliss come to mind. Experiences that, whether or not they're accepted by society, likely are considered once in a lifetime, or perhaps best attended at the end of a long spiritual path. We're UUs. Let's do some etymology. Euphoria in the original usage is the opposite of dysphoria and means simply, it is well in me. My first experience with identity euphoria was perhaps one of the most troubling of my childhood. It happened as a result of an English project given by my 5th grade teacher, Mr. Woolard. Our class had been reading A Little House on the Prairie knockoff, whose name I have unfortunately forgotten. Mr. Woolard divided my class into groups of 3 and assigned us each a chapter of the book that we were to memorize and act out in front of our classmates the following week. Some attempt at a costume was required to receive a passing grade. I and my 2 project mates looked at our assigned chapter and then promptly went up to the teacher's desk asking for a different chapter. Because, you see, the chapter we were assigned featured 3 female characters, and the 3 of us were boys, ostensibly. I'll never forget what he said, nor the wry smile on his face when he said it. That's how they did it in Shakespeare's time, and so that's how you shall do it too. I was terrified, though I didn't understand why. My parents, being founding members of the local community theater group, had keys to the costume closet. And though I attempted to mention my need of a costume as vaguely and non-committally as possible, I quickly found myself in possession of a period-appropriate gingham dress with matching bonnet and embroidered apron, relics of a production of Oklahoma a decade earlier. I had only ever known a body that didn't feel quite right. Wearing that dress in front of my peers and being accepted as a girl, even though it was in the context of a play, even though it was for less than 10 minutes, felt well within me. Afterwards, I ran from that memory of beautiful euphoria. I hid from it, even as I hid that gingham dress in the back of my closet. I prayed that God would take that feeling away, even as I desperately wanted to pray I would wake one day with the body of a girl. And eventually, I accepted myself, what that feeling meant, and decided to live in that euphoria. Euphoria goes beyond discussions of gender or sexuality, though. I share my story with you today as an example of what euphoria is and how hard it can be to accept euphoria. The world we live in is suffused with distraction, disconnection, and despair. We are all tricked and taught to accept dysphoric beliefs as part of our identity. I firmly believe that it is within all of our rights and capabilities to live in a state of euphoria, of being well within ourselves. Now I'm going to end this reflection with a bit of a witchy trick. Whatever thought went through your head in response to that thing I just said probably wasn't true. Raise your hands. How many people thought of something to the effect of, there's no way I can do that, or that's not for me, or that's not part of my story? Anyone? Yeah? Yeah? How many people thought about someone else who could surely benefit from the advice I just gave? Or perhaps immediately thought about some insurmountable terribleness in the news? It's the same cognitive strategy in the end. How many people, either in internal agreement or disagreement, engaged with what I said through the framework of philosophical or metaphysical theory? Anyone? Yeah. Keeping well away from those deep and scary emotions. So let's try again. I'm going to make my assertion again, and when I do your best to just notice and gently hold whatever comes up, even if you don't understand what it is or why. Hold it with love and with playfulness as we move into this next part of our joyous celebration. I firmly believe that it is within all of our rights and capabilities to live in a state of euphoria, of being well within ourselves. Blessed be.
Do you have your moment yet? That identity euphoria moment? Let's take another minute. When did you feel that all was well with you? And what color was that feeling? In this next part of the service, we're going to begin a project that will last from now until Oakland Pride in September. And it has to do with that. That is going to be our pride flag for marches going forward, including the Oakland Pride March in September, beginning with that march. But it's not finished, because that's a flag that I bought on Amazon for $47.99. And that's not this church. We're going to add to it. Over here, you see small bits of rainbow-colored fabric and pens, including some white pens to draw on the black and brown fabrics, because there is a stack of fabric for every stripe on that flag. And I need you to put on a piece or two or three, a moment that your identity was seen, was surrounded with love, and you felt that euphoria. And we're going to do it while we're having a dance party. So after you've written on your lovely piece of fabric, you can dance it right up here. This flag will be set down. You're going to pin it on. And then I invite you, if you can, not to return to your seat and to have a dance together first. Bonus points if it is silly. Are we ready? Are we ready? Okay, let's do it. Just come on up when you're ready and take a pen and a flag piece with you. Can we start the music?
I am not a stranger to the dark. Hide away, they say, 'cause we don't want your broken parts. I've learned to be ashamed of all my scars. Run away, they say, no one will love you as you are. But I won't let them break me down to dust. I know that there's a place for us, for we are glorious. When the sharpest words wanna cut me down, I'm gonna send the blood, gonna drown them out. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me. Look out, 'cause here I come. Marching on to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen. I make no apologies. This is me. I'm gonna send a bird, gonna drown a man. This is brave, this is bruised, this is who I'm meant to be. This is me.
Let's celebrate. Come on now. Celebrate good times. Come on. Let's celebrate. We're gonna have a good time tonight. Let's celebrate. It's alright. We're gonna have a good time tonight. Let's celebrate. It's alright. Baby. We're gonna have a good time tonight. Let's celebrate. It's alright. We're gonna have a good time tonight. Let's celebrate. It's alright. Celebrate good times. Come on. Celebrate good times. Come on. It's a celebration. Celebrate good times. Come on. Come on and celebrate tonight. 'Cause everything's gonna be alright. Let's celebrate. Celebrate good times. Come on.
Whew, did everybody get their steps in for the day? I know, it's a lot. It's a lot of work out on a Sunday morning, but it's the best feeling in the world to share in community, love, and joy, and euphoria, and we have to do this more often, right? Thank you. Thank you for the yoo-hoo on that one, because what's going to make it possible for us to just do more things like this, and by this I mean dance parties, services, service to our community, the ability to get together enough people and a pride flag and everything we need to celebrate with Oakland back all the way out in September, well, like any other place, it takes funding. And this is your opportunity to give us a little contribution toward the funding of this wonderful place that we all come to enjoy ourselves in community with each other, bringing our full selves, all of our identities, and putting them right out there for all of us to love each other. So, if you're feeling generous, if you're feeling able, please put something in the basket as it comes by and help us keep the party going. All right. Will the ushers please come forward and collect the offers of generosity? thank you all for your generosity today. And there are other ways that you can give if you choose, but we are so grateful for what we have today that we will say together, to the work of the church, which is weaving a tapestry of love we call community, we dedicate ourselves and these our offerings. Now the music's been playing, so let's join in the words to Rainbow Connection.
Why are there so many songs about rainbows, and what's on the other side? Rainbows are visions, but only illusions. Rainbows have nothing to hide. So we've been told, and some choose to believe it. I know they're wrong, wait and see. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me.
I'd like to invite you to cherish that connection that we have together. If you want to rise and touch hands together.
Who said that every wish would be heard and answered when wished on the morning star? Somebody thought of that, and someone believed it. Look what it's done so far. What's so amazing that keeps us stargazing? What do we think we might see? Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. Love us under its spell, know that it's probably magic. Have you been half asleep, and have you heard voices? I've heard them calling my name. Is that the sweet sound that calls the young sailors? The voice might be one and the same. I've heard it too many times to ignore it. It's something that I'm supposed to be. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. La da da dee da da da, la da 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 dee
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank each other. I have cherished this time together. And as our time in this room comes to a close, and our rainbow work beyond these walls begins, I would like us to return to the first hymn that we sang together this morning in the spirit of play with some alternative lyrics. That was Enter, Rejoice, and Come In. And these, you will see the alternative lyrics, and I invite you either to laugh or to join me in singing them. Exit, go out, go away. Exit, go out, go away. Go enjoy the rest of your day. Exit, go out, go away. Happy Pride and blessed be, everyone.